Well, I've been teaching people about government grants for 50 years. Actually, it's close. It's probably 49 something. And I started by helping Fortune 500 companies. And I was able to show them money and help for these millionaires to become billionaires. But that was back in, gosh, the 80s, I guess, or 70s, actually, when I started. And then I said, hey, I got sick of helping rich people. I want to help the average person know that these programs are available for them too. I grew up in a town called Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Man, I had no idea about government programs. And I landed here in Washington, got an MBA, and found out about this system. And now my mission is to help people in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, to learn about these things because they're for everybody. And people beat me up about it, because I guess I act strange and I scream and shout and wear funny clothes. So take that, and that's fine. They have a right to do it. Like scam. If you at Lesko scam and you search that. Let's go scam. And here I'm going to put a link in the bottom of all nice reviews that people have me. I get hundreds of these things all the time that people are able, and you can watch these videos. They're in the description below of real people like you who get this, and that's who I'm trying to help. I don't care about rich people. They have enough money, I think, in this country. Now, here's a listing. Like one of these people that yell at me. This is a place called Allied Grant Writers, and they tell everybody how I'm a scammer, but they charge $400 to $2,700 to write grants for you. You don't need that. Maybe if you're a millionaire working on a huge project, you may know. But the average person on the street, the government gives the average person on the street over $17,000 every year just in grant money. And that requires a 1, 2-page, maybe 3-page, fill in the blanks. That's it. No grant writer required. And even if you hire a grant writer first, that's stupid because you haven't even seen the application. That's like getting a prom dress, buying the dress before you're invited to the prom. Get the application first before you ever hire a grant writer. And believe me, if you're an individual or a small business, there's only like a 2% chance you'll need one. So get one after you see the application. And here's another person who writes about me and saying, everything Lesko has, you could find. That's public information. That's right. That's right. Actually, my first book that made the New York Times bestseller list, or actually that I ever wrote because I flunked English in college, I never thought I'd be writing a book that made the New York Times bestseller. I copied everything from a government document because nothing in the government is copyrighted. So I don't know what she's jealous of or whatever. And then she said, it could be difficult. Yes, man. How about diet books? Diet books, all that information is available on what works and what doesn't work on a diet. And it's hard. But they say, hey, thinner thighs in 30 days. That's marketing getting your attention. And what's different from me and everybody else, I will give you every nickel back you ever gave me if you think I screwed you in some way. So that's on those grant people. And also like this, the grant writer people said that they called the government and the government said that there's no grants for business. Now that is the most stupid thing I heard. But actually, those people, those grant writer people, they look like they're from the 50s or something. They talk about the best sources for grants is grants.gov. I mean, that's true. I mean, that's a good source, but not good for the average person. Most of it anyway, because it doesn't tell you where locally you apply for it. Or the Foundation Center. Now, that's an archaic thing, mostly for professional grant writers who work for nonprofit organizations. And they say SBA for business owners looking for the start to expand their shop. But then they say above that the SBA doesn't give any grants to businesses. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but that's them. But here I put a list that be down available too. Here's a dozen programs or so for small businesses. See, these programs now come up every day. They're up for a couple of weeks, down, and they're new because they're trying. All local jurisdictions, your city, your county, and state is trying to help small businesses stay in business, so they give them grants or they start. Because if you don't start a business, you're not creating economic opportunity in that city. So that's why the government gives out cities. There are even cities that give you money to live there. You can move here, start a business. We'll give you free rent. Right. And out in the Midwest, I forgot the city is, but I'll tell you if you really want to know. Here, Connecticut just gave 273 small businesses up to $25,000 apiece. Okay, here's another one. Iowa, give $50,000 to $3 million for your business idea. So you have an idea that will create jobs, or you have an idea to do a prototype invention, or you want to develop a new product, or develop a plant-based protein product. They'll give you $100,000 to do that. See, now that's a business. Actually, the government gave me $40,000. I didn't even need it, so I gave it actually to my employees. So that was great. 52,000 businesses, 53 small businesses shared $387,000. That's right. That's in Massachusetts, a city, because they want their city to grow, and they have to make the small businesses start or grow. Here's another one. $50,000 for small businesses in low-income neighborhoods. This is how they give money to individuals with low income to start their own businesses and create jobs for themselves and things. That's a grant. You don't have to pay it back. $200,000 to buy your boss's business. The guy wants to retire, the woman or whatever, and the government will give you $200,000 to buy the boss. Or how about $2,500 for online marketing for your home-based business, or here, $10,000 grants for underserved small businesses in Arizona. I don't know what underserved means. They don't get enough food, maybe. It actually means the banks don't give them any money, so they'll give them a grant. $100,000 for a grant to underserved small businesses in low-income neighborhoods. So certain neighborhoods will get business because they're all low income. Here's money to start a business, way to get a job. Okay, here's what they're doing. In Maine, they get $5,000 to $50,000 to start a bakery, a flower shop, an ice cream shop, a coffee shop, a bookstore, and even a farm. Yeah, and that's in every state. They're in every state, but they're just not obvious. There's not one single place to go to. You got to do a little bit of work. And that's what we do. I'll show you some other places if you don't want to use us. Now, what we do, we have like 12,000 members now that help each other. So they find grants and they share it with other people. Like right now, it's Sunday, and there's 3 hours of members that are available for 3 hours today that you could ask questions on how they got the money. So you don't have to believe some crackpot who sends grants are a scam. No, talk to people who got the money. And that's what our members are. It's a community of 12,000 people that are helping each other get this money that is out there. Why? Because more people are poor in this country than any other developed country. You realize we make more poor people in America than any other developed country. We're number one in the percentage of people in developed countries, that's the richer countries, and we're number one in the percentage of people who are poor. Poor people, more in this country than any before. That's why you have to know about these programs. The rich are using the hell out of it. That's why all these billionaires are following Trump around, they're waiting for the crumbs. The government gives out more money for anybody. So you have to do it. Now, a place say, okay, if you don't want to give me money, it's not going to understand. Okay, here, you go to findhelp.org, Okay, we did a sample, and this is free. Everybody in this website is free. Everybody in this website gives free money. That's right. Everybody, not like Google. You have to stay out of Google. If you don't have money to start a business or pay bills or something like that, hell, you can't go to Google because that's a swamp. Everybody there wants to get your money, and you have no. It's like bringing a BB gun to somebody fighting with a bazooka. You have no chance in there. Only go to free websites that end in .gov for government or .org for nonprofit organizations. So this is findhelp.org. You put in your zip code, like I put in for Phoenix, Arizona, and put in rent. Hey, I need money for rent. Okay, here's what they have in Phoenix, Arizona for rent, just rent. 80 programs. You thought there was maybe one program for rent? No, 80. So if one doesn't work, you go to the next one. Then go to the next one, sort of like getting a job. You want to know to all the companies that are hiring, right? Well, that's it. You want to know all the grants that are available to apply to. That's what this is. It's only that. Only people that give out money. Only people. So you have 80 just for rent grants. Now, I think a lot of people would be surprised if there's one, but 80. So if one turns you down, you go to the next one. And it becomes a phone game. You have to get on the phone and talk to people. That's how you really find out what's available. That's what we train people on Let's Go Help. We're training every day, 3-4 hours every day of people showing you how they got it or whatever. You ask us questions every day if you like. A million times a day. We'll keep answering to help you do it. You need help because it's something you haven't done before, and you're expecting it to be like Google. People will just call you back and do all this kind of stuff and kiss your ass to get your money. No, these people don't have to kiss your ass to get your money. They already got their money. You have to kiss their ass to make them work for you because they'll work harder if you're nice. So be nice to people. They're your neighbors. They're bureaucrats that work in the government and have wonderful jobs to give people money. So be nice and you'll get more. Now, here's another thing. If you want to start a business, because a lot of things here is, you go to SBA, but not for money, because he's right. You don't give money to grants. Government, SBA doesn't give grants, but they have a database you use for free. So SBA.gov, then /local-assistance, okay? And this will all be in the description below. And you put in your zip code, and I put in again for Phoenix. Okay, there are 7 organizations. They're what you talk to. You call them up, make an appointment. Every one of these 7 organizations in your city is there. They get money to help you take your business idea, help you find money, help you get legal advice, help you get marketing help you get technology help, help you get out of debt, anything to start or grow any business. That's right. These are free mentors to help you start a business, help you start a nonprofit, help you work on your invention, help you make money at home, help you be a real estate investor, anything you want to do to make money. And they're free. Wow. Who would know that? That's what we're trying to do at lesgohelp.com. And it's only $20 a month. And actually, until, if you're watching this before November 11th, we have a $1 offer. Okay, so $1, you get 5 days to try us. Okay, and you can download everything you need, and we'll even give you the $1 back if you don't like us. And the other thing is that the $20, that's our full service. That's where you could also that's $20 a month, and not only get unlimited help for all 30 days of the month, we give out grants. Every month we give out over $70,000 worth of grants to members. And that I just read that Facebook gives out grants. They just gave out $100 million of grants. Okay. And we give out $70,000 a month. Well, $100 million in Facebook grants they're giving out, that represents 0.0007% of their sales. Our $70,000 a month represent 40% of our sales. 40% of our sales of the $20 you're giving us, we give back to members. They're the people who need it. Okay. So if you need us, it's lesgohelp.com. And if you're before November 25th, go to lesgodollar.com and get the $1 5-day offer. Lesgodollar.com or lesgohelp.com.